So hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to this edition of Soccer Hub Talks. My name is Ricardo Balbeira. I'm the CEO and founder of Soccer Hub. As many of you already know, Soccer Hub is an online education platform for soccer coaches, soccer scouts, soccer analysts. Well, just visit us and you can get to know a bit more about what kind of offers do we have. So today we are here for another edition of Soccer Hub Talks. The subject is playing in different continents, and we are here with Wilson Eduardo. Before we start, I would like to ask you please to introduce some information about yourselves in the chat box, such as your name, the country that you are based in, and also some information about your job. Okay, please do it now so we can adapt a bit our conversation. As you know, this is a live event, so if you have any questions to ask to our speaker today, just once again write it on the chat box. That we'll be glad to select some questions to ask. So as I was saying, Soccer Hub Talks, playing in different continents. We are here with Wilson Eduardo, and the panel will be moderated by Nuno Milheiro. Hello guys, hello Nuno, hello Wilson. Thank you for accepting our invitation. Wilson, I will leave you guys talking, okay? See you soon, bye.
See you.
Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you, Wilson. Hi, I hope you are well. Thank you for being here with us. It's a big pleasure. So, hello guys, hello everybody. Great, thank you so much. Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of Soccer Hub Talks. Thanks for being with us, and as Ricardo mentioned, don't forget to ask your questions, so Wilson can also answer to your questions. So first of all, today is a special guest for me, very special guest. So I'm gonna do a bit bigger introduction than usual, and Wilson, so you need to be a bit more patient. So I'm gonna. He's a great guest. He's very special to me. That I can literally say that I've followed his entire career since he started to walk. So we have a great footballer with us, but also a great human being that keeps being exactly the same humble boy that I was holding in my hands when he was a baby, not me. You make me feel old, man.
So, I'm also old.
Well, yeah, I can see you are still nice. That you even copied my hairstyle just to make me feel younger. So
never. I never use this. For me, it's better when I wake up in the morning. So
yeah, much
for me, I can go direct to the breakfast. I don't need to go to in front of the mirror and nothing to make my hair nothing for like this. So it's better.
Yeah, much better. So it's an advice already, guys. Go and shave your hairs. Wilson, as you know, when I think or I talk about my childhood, it's impossible not to mention your family, to whom I owe a lot to them, especially to your uncle Gabriel. As you know, that he was the one teaching me how to play football, and it's all my talent or not. I'm not sure if I had so much talent, but he was the one teaching me. And so please send my regards to him and to your mother also, your Aunt Jo, basically to all your family. That is also a bit mine. That was part of my childhood, and it's fantastic. Yeah,
was the same with me. With my uncle, I started everything when I was young. I walk always with him, as you know. And when he go to the training, when he go to the games, I also go with him. And I started like this. My career, follow him, and I start in the same club as him. So he teach me as well.
Yeah, he was a great player. He didn't have that great career, but he was fantastic player. He was a great player, and he had a great knowledge about football. And I can even tell if I'm here today as a scout. In a big part is also due to the long talks that we had, me and him, until late hours in the night during many years, talking about football, discussing, sharing ideas like we are doing here. So it was a lot, related to him, and he was the one teaching me the things. We met when we were at the primary school, and our friendship stayed till today. So it's great to have you here once again. So before you guys, you can listen a bit more Wilson talking. As you know already, I usually talk a bit about the career of our guest and also a bit about your player's profile, as I'm a scout. So let's talk a bit more about that. So you can tell me after, Wilson, you can tell me if I'm a good scout or not, and if the information and if the information is correct or not. Just a brief summary of your career. So you are now playing in the United Arab Emirates for Al Ain, but you played in clubs such as FC Porto, Sporting Lisbon, Dinamo Zagreb, Den Haag, and Sporting Club Braga, just to mention some of them. Then you played for different clubs. You played for Pedras Rubras. We are going to talk about it, the club where he started, that you were mentioning, that your uncle was. It was a club next to your home where you were living at the time. And so in terms of your scouting profile, this is my view, okay, my perspective. So Wilson is mainly a winger. We can play who can play on both sides depending on what the team needs. He can adapt easily to both sides depending on the team's style of play, something that not many wingers can do. That is bringing different solutions to the match according to the side where he is performing. He also can play as a striker or even as an offensive midfielder due his tactical knowledge. A very fast, intelligent, and skillful player. Set pieces taker with great quality. A vertical player always ready to score, but even more to assist his teammates in a very altruistic way, which is a reflection of how he is as a person, always giving the protagonism to the others, helping them to shine. A quiet leader, great leader. It's not a coincidence that he was Braga captain for a long time. So, Wilson, is this information correct about the clubs? I believe so. And do you agree with the analysis? Yeah. Do you agree with the analysis?
They are correct. I play in more teams in Portugal. Like you said, from Loan, from Sporting Loan. But yes, they are correct. The clubs I will say.
Okay, great. And what about your style of playing?
It's true. I of course I like to score. In all of my career, I score in the teams I play. I score, but as a winger, I know I have to assist my teammates, and this I like, and I can make all the seasons. So I'm proud of that. Of course, I like to score, but if I assist, it's better for me because I like numbers. Like I said, always when I talk with the family, with the friends, the football is about numbers, and if I have this goals or assists, for me it's perfect. Every year I want to improve more from the last season, and I can be a better player.
Yeah, sure. So basically, what I was telling also is that, like you were saying, it's important to score. Of course, if you have the chance, you score. As I believe, if I remember well, you started as a striker. No, on the youth teams, you were a striker.
In the youth. I started in Porto and Sporting. I play until under 18. I play as a striker, and the last year of in the youth, I start to play in the wing.
Yeah, and I believe that I remember that on the youth teams, you used to be always the top goal scorer for many years. Yeah.
Yes, because when we play in the big teams, it's better and it's more easy to score with the quality of all the players. We can score more goals, of course.
Yeah, for sure. Another interesting thing that I mentioned is that you have one thing that many wingers don't have these days, because you can play in a different style of play if you play on the left or on the right. You are more vertical if you play on the right. If you play on the left, you can play a different style. You can come more to the middle, so you can do that easily. And you can cross with both feet, for example. And you see in these days many players, or they can only play in one wing, or if they play on both wings, they play in the same style. You can adapt easily to that kind of style also. Do your experience, also the tactical knowledge, also your interest for the game, because I know that you always want to improve and you are always interested to know more about the game and those things also about. I believe that you talk a lot with your family about football, and it's always interesting to share also those ideas. So let's start from the beginning. How did you start your career? So you already talked a bit about it, and if your family had some influence on it, not only your uncle, but I would say that pretty much all your family played very well because when I was younger, I used to play with your father, with your uncle, with your cousins, and all of them were great, were brilliant. So yeah. So can you tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, it's true. Was with my uncle. Of course, all my family was with me when I start. But like I said before, I follow my uncle for everywhere, and I start in the team of my city in Porto. I start there where he's playing, and it's about this. I start there, and few years more later, my brother start also with me in Porto. But in the beginning, for me, was with my uncle, Gabriel.
Yeah, sure. And so you started first of all. You started in Pedras Rubras, that was next to your house, but
Yes.
but you didn't stay there long because, of course, you were a gifted player and you moved to Porto. So quickly.
1 year later, I moved to Porto and I stayed there for years.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
Yeah, what's this?
Yeah, and then you joined Sporting Lisbon, and
yeah, when my mom moved to Lisbon, I came with her, and I go to Sporting to the trainings, to the I don't know. I think in Portuguese is captações. I don't know the word in English.
Yeah.
I went there to make the trainings, but Mr. Aurelio was the one was there to see the trainings. And the first training, he talked with me and he talked with my father to join to the Sporting, and it was like this. I started there with 14 years, and I stayed until I moved to Braga with the contract with Sporting.
Yeah, what is great. I was gonna ask you that, but you are always ahead, and you are fast, as a winger, and you are also fast in the answers. So you are ahead of me. So my question was about, because actually you are aware that Aurelio Pereira released this book recently, last week or 2 weeks ago. I have the book, and he mentioned you there, of course, you and your brother, and I wanted also if you could share a bit if it was your family decision to take you to Sporting, or if it was a coincidence because you guys just moved to Lisbon.
No, it was a coincidence. When I moved to Lisbon, I left Porto, and I talked with my father. Of course, I will continue playing football, and I talked with him to see which club is better for me to continue my career, my youth. And we talk about Sporting because we know the Sporting is a former club, and we talk about that, and we go there. We talk with Mr. Aurelio to go there to the trainings, and of course he knows me before from the tournaments we have with Porto and Sporting, and he knows me, and he said to me to go. Like I said before, I make one training, and he talked with us to sign with Sporting. It was like this.
Of course, and you should be very proud at the time because and your family, because for you guys that you don't know, here in Portugal, Aurelio Pereira is like we have Cristiano Ronaldo for the players, José Mourinho for the coaches, Aurelio Pereira for the scouts. He's even Cristiano Ronaldo said he's the Cristiano Ronaldo of the scouts because he discovered so many players. Some of them we already have the privilege to have here, like Paulo Futre, like other players, even Abel Xavier that was discovered by him, but then he moved to Benfica, and many other players that he discovered at the time. And we'll have also more, but he discovered Ronaldo, Quaresma, Nani, several players.
Many players.
Many players. We could be here a long time, just counting them, because he's amazing, he's brilliant, and he released this book. Unfortunately, it's only in Portuguese, I believe, for now. But the book is great. He shows actually what is the passion, and you had the chance to work with him, and the passion of this job of being a scout. What is not easy, because he was the first one to creating an observation, a scouting department on a club, and that's not easy at all. So is great, and I believe you can find many information even in the Guardian, in the newspaper in England. There was an article about him. So guys, just go and check Aurelio Pereira, and you'll be delighted for sure with the work that he did, and he was a pioneer, and on what he was doing. It is a fantastic thing. Let's hope the book can be released also in English for all the world to get to know him. To get to know him better. So after your debut for Sporting first team, what was also a mark for you, for sure it was very important for you to reach the first team. You went on loan, like you said, for smaller clubs, although in the first league, not in the beginning, because you've been at Real Massamá, but then pretty much you've been playing on the first division all the time. And then do you believe also that experience of being on loan, you've been facing more difficulties, because like you said, when you are in a big club, you are closer to success, or to score more goals or whatever, or to win more titles. How it was the experience, and was that making you a better player? Do you believe that was also important for your path?
Of course, when they talk with me to go from loan from Sporting to another clubs, I accept. And now looking for the past, I see was the better decision, because like I said before, there we have everything. In Sporting we have everything. We have good players. We have what you want. We have in the same minutes. And in the small clubs, no. So we need to adjust. We need to improve. We need to make many things to get to go to the until the success. So it was important for me, and all the clubs I play, I think I play good. So Sporting continue with me. Sporting always talk with me these years, and I think it was important, because it was important for me, like growing as a player, not as a person, because of course as a person we always learn something, but as a player it was important for me see how the clubs, all the small clubs works, how the difficult things they have, and it was important for me. And I play always only in the first year. I play in the second division. I start in the third division here in Portugal. Now it's CNS, but before when I play is the third division or second division B. I don't know I don't remember. I played there 6 months, and after that, in January, I moved to Portimonense, second division, and I play 10 games, 13 games there. And we go up to the first division, and the next season I start to play in the Premier first division here in Portugal, Premier League, first division here in Portugal, and I stayed there until last year when I moved Braga. When I left Braga.
Yeah, for sure. So it was important for you, and you said also on the personal side, of course, it's always important, but it was inside your country. So our country is not so big. So yeah, I believe
it was
that
easier. It was easier because, like you said, it's a small country. I have always the family with me. Of course, I play like 2 hours from home, 3 hours from home, but it's easier to come to see the family, and this is great. It was great for me.
Yeah, for sure. And then it leads us to your first experience abroad, that I believe it was a bit harder. And you've been playing in the same season. Actually, you had 2 experiences in different countries, in Croatia and then in the Netherlands. how it was. Can you tell us a bit more how it was, the adaptation? Was it hard also due to the fact that you are close to your family, like we've been talking? How it was?
In the beginning was hard because it was my first experience out of Portugal. But when I moved to Croatia, to Zagreb, I have there I think 4 or 5 Portuguese players. So was years the adaptation, because always I walk with him, always I lunch, dinner with them. So it was easier, but the season was not good because we have the qualification for the Champions League, but we don't go. After that, we go to the Europa League, and the group was like we can do better, but we don't go to the next
stage,
next round, next round, and they talk with me because they want to put the young players from the academy, and I talk with my agent. I talk with Sporting to move from Croatia, and the team was in Netherlands. I was after, and also different because there of course for the strikers, for the wingers was great because it's like the football there is open. It's like we like open. We can go 1 against 1. We can go easier to score. Not easier, of course, not easier, but the football for the players playing in the attack is great, and I stay there 5 months, I think, and after that I returned to Sporting. But the experience was not so good because it was my first experience out of Portugal. Many difficulties, but now I'm more, like I can say, much experience. Mature. More mature. There also where I play now is different because the culture there is different from what we have here in Europe. But like I said before, I'm more matured, so I can adjust for the country now where I play.
Yeah, exactly. But it's always an experience, you know. You always bring good things, of course, and it was an experience. Yeah, in the Netherlands, it's rarely a score. It's 0-0. Usually, there are always goals. And
of course.
Yeah. And to talk about the Netherlands, I forgot to mention one great player that also Aurelio Pereira discovered. That was Dani. That we had a chance to interview him like one month or 2 months ago. That is a great guy and a great player, and he is a legend in Holland. So in the Netherlands, I wanted to mention him also, but I forgot. Yeah. So basically, at that time, then you returned to Portugal. Yeah. After.
Yeah. I returned to Portugal. Yeah. And in the preseason, I start with Sporting. Yeah. I start there with the coach Jorge Jesus. But 1 month after, he talked with me. It's better for me to go to another club to play more, to continue my career. So I accept, like always, I accept the decision, and I talk with the president of Braga. He called me to join Braga, but it was difficult. It was difficult the situation because I moved to Braga only in the last day of the market. Only in the last day. The season already start. Maybe 2 or 3 games we make, but it was like this. I start in Sporting, but they talk with me, so I go to Braga and I stay there for 5 years. Great years there. I lived there. And for me, it was important. This step back to go forward.
Yeah, and you're an iconic player for Braga. Everybody, you are a legend in Braga. Everybody loves you there, and you did great. You became captain of Braga. You achieved great results in there, and at the time, I don't know if it was precisely at that moment that you could represent your country of birth, Portugal, and or you could play for Angola. That is your parents' country. When it came the first time that it came the option for you to choose, okay, and of course you should be very proud that you can choose to play for both countries. What is great. Doesn't matter if it's your parents' country or because it's your blood anyway,
of course,
and or your own or your country. And when it was the first time, and what decision did you think a lot? How it was the process?
The process was in the final was easier because they talk with me. Angola talk with me. I don't know, when I represent the 121 from Portugal. They always talk with me. They start to talk with me from there until I move to until I accept to play from Angola. They talk, but of course I can't lie because we have the we want to play. Before I want to play for Portugal, but I see the things. I put in the balance everything, and I talk with my father, and he told me to accept because they want to change. They want to get more players from Europe, from Europe, Angolan players from everywhere. They want to bring to the national team. They want to change. They want everything. So I accept to play for them in 2019, if I'm correct. I think yes. My first game was in March on 2019 from Angola. No? And I scored. I scored in the first game. I scored the goal. But it was with my father. My father always talked with me to join Angola because it's also my country. Like you said, it's also my country. All my family is from there. Only me and my brothers we born in Portugal. The rest of the family is from Angola, and it was easier because I talked with them. I knew few players there. So I talk before I move. I talk with the players, and all them say to me to go because it will be great also for the country, but also for me because I will be international player. I will play for the national team, and I accept, and now I'm proud of the decision I make, and I hope continue until I finish my career.
Yeah, for sure. And also it's important also for the football in Angola, also for the youngest generations to see players like you, representing and giving the example and what you achieved, of course, and then the knowledge that you bring. Also, it's important also, and that will make the difference for sure in the future. And because I believe I've been telling this also many times because I love African football, and I think the future of football is in Africa, and we can see by other countries that play with African players. So it's a matter of time. I don't know if we will be here to watch, but I think in a few years they will dominate. African countries will dominate the world of football if the things. Then of course there are other things behind that.
Of course, we know. Like we see now. We see now, France. They have many players from Africa, the national team of France. Many players, but like you said, now the things now they start to watch for Africa, in the different way. Also the players here they start to look for Africa from a different way. They accept now the challenge to play from the national team from her country. I don't know, the family country. They start to accept. Is the Angola now? They have, I don't know, maybe 15 17 players from outside. And before we see 5, 6, 7 maximum players from outside, and the rest of the players playing that in Angola. Now it's different.
Yeah, you see, because there are so many quality players that at some point, like France or England, for instance, they don't have opportunity for all of them. Like Wilfred Zaha, for example, he was born in London, but he plays for his parents' country. So because it's hard to have the chance for all of them, and that shows that there is so much talent that it's a bit like Brazil. You also see the opposite in Brazil. You see Brazilian players playing for Ukraine, for Russia, for example, like Mario Fernandes and other players, and in futsal. And you have a brother that plays futsal. It happens a lot. There are countries
we
that
have Kazakhstan. I think they have many players from Brazil, and they play for Kazakhstan. Many players in football. I think more. I think in football, futsal more than football. But we see Brazilian players in every national team.
Yeah, that's true, and it's interesting that in football is happening the opposite now with African players. Of course, there are loads of quality players, but they will get the point that they will go and play for African nations. What is great, that makes the football more fair and the World Cups more interesting, and the football in all aspects better. Because also in these days it's easier to travel. I believe that in the 90s, like the traveling of the players was quite hard. When I started to watch football, and I was talking to a friend he was international for Cameroon in the 90s, when Cameroon went to the World Cup, was quite an event, and it was, everybody was supporting Cameroon. And now in these days you can see like great nations, and hopefully I wanted also to ask you if you can see Angola in the next few years winning a trophy, at least like the African Cup of Nations, or you also see like that in Africa. We know that some countries, like everywhere, are a bit ahead, because they started earlier, or because they developed in a different way, or the culture, or whatever, or the politics even. Do you see Angola in the next few years to have the chance to win a title?
Angola have a good players. I think we have good players, but like you said, many teams, many national teams there now in Africa, they have so many good players. So it's difficult. It's not impossible, but it's difficult to Angola to win. But always we try. Of course, always we try. But like you said, we have Senegal, have many players playing Europe and big teams. Also Algeria, Morocco,
Nigeria,
Tunis,
Cameroon.
Nigeria. They have many good players, and it's more difficult there now to us to win. But of course, when we go to the tournament, we go to win. We don't go to lose or to draw. We go to win the tournament. Of course, it's difficult, but we try. But like I said, it's difficult. But I think in the future, who knows? We saw Greece, I think 15 years ago, winning the European Cup. So why not? Why not?
Did you watch that? I don't remember that. No, I remember very well because Katsuran is it's a good friend. He's a great guy, and I had a chance to interview him. And I told him, "Come on, man, you shouldn't be doing that here." But it's life, and they deserved it. In the end, they won. They deserved it, and that's it. So
Of course, we know it's difficult, but like I said, it's not impossible. I talk about Greece, but I can talk about Leicester a few years ago. They win the Premier League, and nobody thinks about that. I think nobody thinks Leicester can do, but of course they do. So it's the football always can be magical about this situation. So who knows? In the future we can win something with Angola.
You never know. And about this is interesting because this is a conversation, like you can see, is not an interview, a proper interview. This is the interesting part. And you've been talking about Leicester, and Tom Hanks, he knew it because he was betting, I don't know how much, but not much, on Leicester to be champion, and he was earning a lot of money. Of course, for Tom Hanks, even if he puts like €1,000 is nothing. But anyway, he was he was guessing. So maybe it's a good bet, guys, in Angola. You never know. It's a good tip.
You can put. give more. I don't know. Maybe 2 years. You can put if you want. You can put in Angola.
Okay. but we count on you to score some goals. So yeah. Otherwise, we will ask you the money back. Wilson, do you think also it's like now that we are talking about other African countries, I can see that in most of those countries like Nigeria, Cameroon, some that you mentioned, also Senegal, there are academies of football academies that are strong. Many of them are related to former footballers, for example, but the country is more organized in terms of academy and the league is not so strong. In Angola, that doesn't happen. It happens more in the European style, let's say, because Angola have, of course, a big influence from Portugal. It happens in the same way as Portugal. There is a league, and there are not so many academies like in those other countries where they develop players to send them or to sell them to Europe. We know that many times they don't do in the proper way. There are many interests behind, but let's only be focused in the good part. They develop the player in a good way. They train him. Do you think, and if you see, well, in my opinion, Angola's league I follow, of course, Girobola, and is an interesting league actually to find players. You can see good players, but do you think, or you could balance that part between academies and having also a league, or do you think also those countries are ahead because they already have a structured built since young age, and Angola doesn't have it?
I think Angola have everything to have academies. I think they have everything. They have places. They have players. Many players. We saw now 2 years ago the under 17. They go to the World Cup and they make good job there. So, like I said, they have many good players in the youth, but I don't know why. We saw Cabo Verde, Guinea-Bissau. They have academies. They have a lot of players to come to Portugal to
even
start
Mozambique,
playing.
no? Mozambique, yeah.
They come to Portugal to play in the big teams here in the youth. Benfica, Porto, Sporting, Braga. We see many players. Also in our national team in Portugal, we see many players from Guinea, from Cape Verde, and they have, I don't know. I think they have the structure, but we don't have the money Angola have. I think Angola have a lot of money and can do much better about that, about the academies for the players. But I don't know why. They concentrate everything for the Girabola, for the first division only, and we saw few players. They start now to grow, to come to Portugal, and it's different. Of course, they have quality, but as you know, the football here in Europe is more aggressive, not aggressive, and in the world. The word is aggressive about the rhythm, how you have to be professional, and of course they have the quality. They have the quality, but sometimes miss something, and this you can prepare in the academies, in the youth. You can prepare this, but I don't know. I think in the future they can think about that to open the academies, because like you said, we saw many countries there open the academies for the players, because this is also como é que eu posso dizer em inglês, acaba por ser também uma maneira deles crescerem melhor, crescerem de uma maneira diferente.
For the players to grow, also to have more support, and to have more, to have the knowledge from the coaches,
because they have to have the knowledge, the preparation from the coach from. I think I don't know if Senegal, Nigeria, Cameroon, they have coaching from outside to teach the players, to teach everything, and I think in Angola they can have more this, because they talk the same language as us. they talk the language there is Portuguese, so it's more easier to send coaches from here to there to start to prepare the players. I don't know. Maybe in the future we can saw this, but until now, no, and I can't say why.
Let's see if you can do something, and your generation, because I to come back again to talk a bit about your uncle. I remember that he was very ahead in terms of the way he was thinking. And I remember, for example, when Jose Mourinho started to be a coach, we were following him, all his work, and we've been talking, discussing, and everything. And we have a very similar way of thinking football, or thinking football, or looking. And at some moment he went to Angola to play in Angola, in Girabola. And I'm not saying the mentality in Europe, I'm not saying the football is better in Europe, because some things are better, some things are worse. The talent is more in Africa, but of course the organization is more in Europe,
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and he could mix that part. So he had the talent, but at the same time, because he was growing in Europe, he could go there and bring something new, and he could bring knowledge. But at the time, there were not so many players playing international, to playing in a different continent, playing in Europe. I remember Aqua was probably at the time was the most famous player from Angola that came to play for Benfica.
Even now, if you talk about him, every person there knows Aqua, knows Montorres.
Yeah,
they are a good players, but if you come to the Europe and you talk about them, nobody will know. They are famous in the country, but outside, no.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying, because they were like they were exceptions. They were like a single player that was playing like okay, he was a star, but all the other players, like you can see India had Shetty that plays for Sporting. They have one amazing player, but they cannot make it because they don't have a good structure or a good team or whatever. Angola, now in your generation, you start to have more players in different leagues, more experience. So maybe at the time, if you can see like Nigeria or Cameroon or Senegal, many times they had a team, so they have many players that they could build academies. If not all of them, just a few of them, they could share ideas. They can start it. Maybe Angola in a few years can also have the same, with the knowledge of you guys that you've been playing in many countries, many continents. Mm-hmm. That is a subject we are talking about. You are now playing in Asia, and who knows if you go to play in MLS, for example.
Nobody knows about the future. Nobody knows. In the future, one day we are here, another day we are there. We are in other city, another country. This is the football, and we have to be prepared to play everywhere. So who knows about that?
You never know. And if you will have an academy, I'll leave you the challenge. Maybe one day you'll have an academy. I don't know if you thought about it. Actually, I wanted to ask you if you of course you are still a boy, and for me you will be still always a boy. It's not, well, I'm 9 years older than you, but you will be always a boy for me. But the end of your career is still far, of course. We can see Ronaldo is 36 doing what he's doing. We can see Bruno Alves, that is my age. Well, it's older than me a few months. He's 40 and he's still in such a good shape. He can play I wouldn't say not Barcelona, but he can play easily on any first league in Europe or wherever he wants. So 40 years old, I believe you can also reach 40 years old if everything goes okay, for sure. Of course, depends on
only the body will talk about that in the future. Only the body can speak. If the body is good, the legs are okay. Who knows? I can join until 40. I can continue until 40, until 41. We saw many players now with 41, 40, 30. We have Pep in the national team. I think I have 37, 38. I don't know.
38,
I don't have an idea. So
he looks like, when he plays, it seems like he have like 25.
We saw him playing, and he's like like young player. He run a lot. He's aggressive. He's everything. He have everything, and he's 38. So
so you never know. So maybe, and you always have the option or to stay in the area, because you've been a striker, you can become a striker again, or you can even play as a defensive midfielder.
Now I'm not tall to stay only in the area. I'm not tall, so it's better if I play out of.
You play second striker, or you play a defensive midfielder. You have quality and tactical knowledge for it, so you don't need even to run much. And so like I was saying, we don't know when you will finish your career, but did you already start to make some plans, or do you have roughly an idea of what you want to do? Or
I don't know what I want to do when I finish, but of course I start to think about that. I start to take the coach, the license for coach. Now I have the first level. I don't know if I want to be coach in the future when I left, but I have something to take in the future, and I start with this because always I will be part of the football. I start with 7-6 years. I start to play until now. So in the future, I want to continue. I want to continue with the football. Never know. I start to think about that. I have the first level for coach. I know I want to take the second, and we will know. I don't know if I will be coach, if I will be, I don't know, manager, agent, but only in the future I will think about that. But of course I start to prepare. I have to prepare now because now we have time to prepare this, to training, to go to the trainings, to think, to rest, to go to the school to take the, I don't know, the course English.
The course.
So I want to take the second level, and in the future we'll see what I want. And I have more time to think about that.
So you want to keep being linked to football, or do you consider a career as an actor or or in music?
No.
Because your family is also related with music, not only football.
Music is not for me. Actor, worst.
Okay.
So I hope to continue with football in the future, but we'll see.
Okay. Just one question, and it's a funny question. Like we were talking about music, did your uncle also try to teach you to dance kizomba? Because he was teaching me football,
I already know.
You know?
Yes, I already know how to dance kizomba.
But you've been learning with him because he taught me football, and after a few years, he wanted to teach me kizomba, and I said no, that's very awkward.
No.
Two guys dancing kizomba.
Wasn't with him. But with I learned with the family, but not with him.
Okay, because he was also pioneer on that. I remember that nobody was listening kizomba, and he was already listening, all the time, and he was showing me. And one day he was like, "You want to learn?" I said, "Well, I would like, but not with you this time."
It's not difficult to learn. It's not difficult.
Yeah,
it's easier to learn.
So,
I think.
So the challenge that we have every guest that we have a challenge. So you are saying it's not hard. So
I think for me I think it's not hard. I don't know.
So I'm gonna choose a song here, guys. Wait just a second. No, I'm joking. Next time I will prepare it better. Okay. So let's talk a bit more about football and to finish, and about your experience there in the Emirates. How it was the adaptation. Also, like you said, you are more mature now, of course, and but how it was the adaptation, especially with the culture. I don't know if you had the chance to travel there, maybe on holiday, but it's different when you live in a country or when you go on holiday. how you are finding it, also the football in terms of the league and the quality of the league.
The culture, of course, is different, but I think is easier to the adaptation is easier. Was easier for me. Of course, was different because they training at night. I never training at night. For me, always I train in the morning. But the most difficult for me was the weather there. So too much hot in July, August, and September. Too much hot, and for me it was difficult this because even in the evening, around, I don't know, when I arrived there, we start to training around 9 p.m. It's also like 38, 39 degrees. So it's too much. Here in Portugal, we don't have this.
No.
Even the summer, when we start the preseason, if you go to another city here with the sun, we start the trainings 8:30, 9 maximum in the morning. So it's not too hot. But there it was difficult for me, the part of the weather, because we can breathe. You want to breathe, but you can't. You can't because it's too much hot. But I think the adaptation was easier, not so difficult. Of course, they have the culture to pray in the locker room, and that's it. But the rest, I think is like here we have here in the Europe, only this part they training at night, and always all my career I training in the morning. So, but I think this is difficult because we stay in home all day, and when we want to go to the training, the body is like relax. It's not because you pass all the time in home, and when we want to go to the training, the body is like relax, prepare to go sleep, and then and this. So this is difficult, but the rest was easy.
Okay.
Was okay.
Yeah. So, but are you enjoying? So you are enjoying in general. You are enjoying the experience.
Yeah, of course. The Alain, the club where I play, is a big team there. The team have more titles, so was good. This year was not so good, the season, but I hope, like they say, inshallah, this season will be better.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think also these experiences to play in different continents, and let's see if you go to play on an MLS, or you can play in Brazil or Argentina, never know. You can play for River Plate or Boca Juniors, you don't know. You never know. But do you think is also important, of course, for you as a person to grow and also to pass it to your children in the future, that experience, to have a mentality, a more open mentality, like with without so many limits, like we can see sometimes, like they can travel anywhere, they can speak other languages, learn different cultures. Do you think it's also important in that human side or not?
I think it's always important when we go to the one place different from our home. I think it's important because we'll learn something from another culture, another country. Always we learn. So I think this is important. Before, when I accept to play for Angola, of course I never play there. And it's different, like you said, like the football there is more technical, more speed, not so organization. I don't know, like here we have in Europe, the teams they are tactical preparing. They prepare the game very well. There is. If you want to go, sometimes they go 1 against 2, 1 against 3. So because they have the technical, the speed, and it's different from here. Was good for me to adjust from one football to another football. Now is the third culture I have, and I have to adjust again. But I think it's always important. It's important for us as a player to learn about all the country, all the continents. In the future, if you want to be coach, to be, I don't know, a scout, manager, something like that, we have the experience to see how they work, how the clubs work in different continents.
Yeah, it's very interesting, and we are almost finishing. Okay, I'm almost letting you go, and but you will come back to dance, of course, in one day. So let's talk a bit. You have your brother plays for Portugal, and you already have to play against him. Not the national team, I believe, only in terms of club. Yeah.
When I was in Braga, in Sporting, I played against him. I think 3 times. I don't know, 3 times, 4 times. I think.
Okay.
I play against him. Is for me? It's special, of course. Of course, it's special. It's life for my family. It's worse because they have to support one and they have to support the other, but they can support both teams. So
it's always a draw. They want
for them it's different. But for me, it's special. I play against him. I won. I win. He win. So it's okay.
And you guys talk after, or with making the jokes when the other wins? He's like teasing you, or no?
No, we talk after the game. Always we talk.
I know.
Usually after the games, every game we talk. Or I call to him, or he called to me. But I have one picture. I don't know. I have one picture with him, and he pushed me the shirt on the game. And I said to him, "Okay, you have to wait. You have more quality." But when the ball goes in deep, it's not the good quality. It's the speeder players arrive first. So you have to be calm. And the final of the game, we changed the shirts. Not now. It's jokes we have. We have. But of course,
but you never told him, because you are like 3 years older than him, yeah.
Yeah, 3 years.
3 years. So you never told him, you need to respect for the older brother. You need to let me.
they have to respect. I say always to him, you have more quality, but you have to respect me because I'm older than you. And I joke because many people in the street, when they talk with me, "Oh, you are the brother of João." I said to them, "No, João is my brother. He can play better, but he's my brother because I'm the oldest brother." But it's okay. It's jokes we have, me and him. Also with Hugo, the young brother.
That's what I was gonna talk. He's the one that as younger as you get, the younger that you are, or your family, you have more quality, because if you go play futsal, you don't have a chance.
like I said, I'm the first. I'm the project. Now the second, they improve a little bit more. And for Hugo, they give everything. My parents, they give everything for Hugo. So he have everything. They have the quality. They have technical. He have everything. So he go to futsal because there he needs this.
Of course. And have you ever tried? Have you ever got? Of course, for sure, you played on holiday or something. But futsal, have you tried? Because usually we play futsal. It's a tradition in Portugal. Like when we join friends, we play futsal. So you don't have a chance, no, against him?
No, because when we play, not now. Now we don't play. Now today I work with João. He killed me in the training. But it's only like this training, not the games, because we have to be careful because the pitch and everything. And in the always want to join the family, all the family, and go, I don't know, another place to enjoy, because we think about football, I don't know, 10 months, 11 months we think about football. So when we have vacation, we want to go to forget the football, to enjoy with the family. So now we don't play, but before yes, before when Hugo brings his team, it's hard to beat him.
Of course. Yeah, but for sure you guys can manage, and it's a family full of talent. So we are finishing. Thank you so much, Wilson, for being here, sharing your ideas, your stories, and your experience, your vision with us. And also, to finish, if you can leave some advice for young players, apart from shaving their hairs, that you already said that the best players shave their hairs, and we have many examples. We have even coaches, no, Guardiola and Zidane, and and so it's true, guys. So shave your hairs and send pictures. So can you leave some advice, just some small advice?
No, I when I make interviews here in Portugal, I always say the same. Always try to be the best. Like I saw this with Ronaldo, and I like what he said about the sun. He said about one thing about the sun is, and I think this is true. If you want to, I don't know, to be football player, to be doctor, to be, I don't know, many things you can be. Try always to be the best. He said this about the sun, and I think this is the correct. If you want to I don't know, to be football players, we always want we need to be, how I can say,
push
we have
it hard.
We have to improve every day to be better, and never como é que eu posso dizer, desistir,
give up.
We never give up when we have one fail, when people say something about us not so good. I know a few players, they give up because of that, but it is part of football. We never know. For us, for one guy we are the best, and for the other we are the worst player. So
even Ronaldo with all the
even Ronaldo now he scored, I don't know, he scored this year, he scored 35 goals, 38. And they told because you don't score 50 or 60 before. Even Ronaldo, the critical is so hard. For us, it's the same. We need to think. We need. Está a faltar a palavra.
Not give up.
Not think about that, about what they say.
The critics,
the critics, because we don't know. Sometimes they say bad words only to push us down. Not but can be not the truth. So never give up. Continue and try to be the best always, every day.
It's a great advice, and I'll add something that is important also that you have in common with Ronaldo. If you see that you have a strong family, and Ronaldo also, you are surrounded with good people. That's always also important. And I'll give another example of what you were saying, that don't listen so much to the critics, because they always find something bad. And
even the fathers, sometimes sometimes can be the fathers. They want to push too much for the kids, and this is the disaster. Can be the disaster because the pressure they have in home. If they lose one goal, or if a goalkeeper and he came home and the fathers kill him, can be the worst. But this is the life.
Yeah, that's true, and that's also a great advice. And we had a chance to organize also webinar previously that was about that, that about the parents and how they should support also their kids. And like you were saying, like people always find reasons to criticize. And to finish, I'll leave you the example of when Jose Mourinho was at Manchester United. Everybody says it was a disaster. He finished second. He won the Europa League, and this season
he said this now.
Yeah, exactly. This season they finished second with more investment. They lost the UEFA Cup final and he won. And they say it's a very great season. And so it depends on the perspective.
When they want to kill one person, they will do everything to kill. So we need to forget this and believe in ourselves.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you so much, Wilson. Thank you guys. Thank you for being watching. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed as much as me. See you next time. Bye.